Hello, dear friends. Welcome to another session of the Net Study Plan. I hope all these videos and questions have been helping you. We have a vast syllabus like the Pacific Ocean. So many authors and texts. And slowly, you will be able to cover everyone. You have to do a lot of reading on your own. You have to read original texts. Whatever we are teaching is only a guidance for you. The real work is yours. And why you pass is because of your work, your merits. We are the boat and you are the travelers. Boat cannot be traveler. If you don't want this boat, chodo, you can swim also, or you can buy a better boat. That's all. So with that boat story, we will start our Net Study Plan, Indian Literature. Ankita, did you like the boat story?
Yes, it's very inspiring actually.
So this is the second day of Indian Literature, everybody. I hope you remember what we did on the first day. And I hope you have read on some of the authors also. Very, very important is to read original text, remember. Okay? Exams, all exams are based on original text these days. So don't take it lightly. Every day for half an hour, read. And in the beginning, even though it's difficult, it will soon become easier and easier. And at 9 p.m., you will tell us, ma'am, I don't want to listen to your live because I am reading. Wow. Okay, first question to you. Oh, identify this person. He was a philologist, folklorist, translator, and playwright. A group of his poems are called Hindu poems. Who is he? Philologist, that means studied language. Folklorist, dear friends, for JNU entrance, CUET entrance, and some very good exams like GATE, etc. Folklore studies is also important. We can start from this person. Who is it who wrote Hindu poems? Is it Shiv K. Kumar, Nizam Ezekiel, Jayanta Mahapatra, or AK Ramanujan? Ankita, do you think it is Shiv K. Kumar?
It's AK Ramanujan because he was the one who dealt in folklores.
Amazing, girl. That is right. It is AK Ramanujan. He was a professor in the USA and he wrote a lot about Indian culture and Indian traditions and folklore. AK Ramanujan wrote a lot about family, his mother, father, wife, cousin. All of them are characters in his poems. And do you know, he wrote translations of a lot of Tamil poetry. He translated Kuruntokai. Love poetry is there in Kuruntokai. He translated Vajana poetry, Veerashaiva poetry. Speaking of Shiva. And also about Vishnu also he wrote. So he was a very major translator. And you might know he also translated which novel, Ankita?
You are Anandamurthi's Samskara.
Correct. You are Anandamurthi's Samskara is also by AK Ramanujan, translated by AK Ramanujan. Okay? Don't think my YouTube video gives you enough knowledge on AK Ramanujan. No. This is only a little direction. You should read his poetry. There are lots of poems available online. Just now to prepare for your lecture, I was reading them. Love poem for a wife 1, love poem for a wife 2. Then looking for a cousin on a swing, obituary of mothers, among other things. There's a satire. There is an ironic tone in all his poems. Okay? Right. So read them. Okay. Next question. Choose the correct statement. Jejuri is a series of poems written by Arun Kolatkar. It's a collection of 31 poems describing his visit to Jejuri in Maharashtra. It's a religious place where the deity is Khandoba deity, incarnation of Shiva. These poems evoke a series of images to highlight the ambiguities of modern life. Religious poems or modern life, which is correct, and present the agonized relationship of a modern, sensitive individual with the indigenous culture. Relationship of the individual with the indigenous culture. All these might be true, right, Ankita? What do you think?
Yeah, I think this description corresponds very well to this poetry collection. So I think all these are true.
Jejuri by Arun Kolatkar. These are correct. 31 poems. Oh, introduction is written by Amit Chaudhary. Amit Chaudhary is a musician. He is a Hindustani musician and also a writer. Right? Many of his novels deal with music also. Very good. So that is about Jejuri. Okay, guys. Now, this poem, published in 1977, is divided into 3 sections, which suggest the loss and recovery of the colonized self. Which is this poem? Is it Rough Passage, A River, Self-Portrait, or none of the above? Which of these has 3 sections? I think you two babies are saying the correct answer already. It is R. Parthasarathi we see here. And which is the book, Ankita?
This Rough Passage.
It is Rough Passage by R. Parthasarathi. Did you know, guys, R. Parthasarathi was regional editor in Chennai of which publishing company? It is Oxford University Press. T.S. Eliot worked in Faber and Faber, and R. Parthasarathi worked with Oxford University Press. His Rough Passage is divided into 3 sections. Do you know, Ankita, which are they?
Exile, Trial, and Homecoming.
That's right. Exile, Trial, and Homecoming. Very good. You two babies, are you getting it right? Very good. Proud of you. Keep studying like this. Next question. The Ghagra in Spate. Ghagra is a river. Spate means flood. Which poet among the following wrote the Ghagra in Spate? P. Lal, Kamla Das, Keki and Daruwala, or none of these? P. Lal was Bengali. Kamla Das was Malayali. Ghagra is neither in Bengal nor Kerala. Keki and Daruwala it must be. What do you think, Ankita?
Yeah, I think it can be Keki and Daruwala only.
Keki and Daruwala ji is here. Namaste ji. So, it is Keki and Daruwala. His Death of a Bird is a famous poem. Another famous poem that is prescribed in universities. Ankita, do you know another poet who wrote Death of a Bird? Death of the Bird, I think.
Emily Dickinson? No.
No, that is A Bird Came Down the Walk. Death of the Bird is by an Australian poet who wrote the Book of Answers. He wrote the Book of Answers.
Eddie Hope?
Right.
Eddie Hope, yeah, Eddie Hope.
Eddie Hope. Eddie Hope also wrote Death of the Bird. This guy, Keki and Daruwala also wrote. Hey, there are so many book covers I've given here. He was the founder member of the iconic poetry publishing collective called Clearing House. And I have given you here Clearing House cover pages. Clearing House books were famous for the cover pages. And they were very simple, minimalistic cover pages. And do you know who designed them? These cover pages were designed by none other than Arun Kolatkar. So who is the man who is a founding member of Clearing House along with Adil Jusawala, Giv Patel and Arun Kolatkar? He also edited an illustrated history of Indian literature in English. It is a very important textbook for us. And it was published by Columbia University Press. Columbia University is where Gayatri Spivak is also working. Who is this poet? Can you tell me, you two babies? Is it Dom Morris? Are, Ankita, Adil Jusawala to yahan hai. It cannot be Adil Jusawala, right? It can be Dom Morris or AK Ramanujan, because Adil Jusawala and Giv Patel are both given here in the question itself. What is this, Kalyani? You have made a mistake. So who is this, guys? Ankita, you might know, right?
I think it's AK Mehrotra.
Yes, he is the one who wrote an illustrated history of Indian literature in English. Tagore jaisa dikhta tha na? AK Mehrotra ji. He was a very major professor of Allahabad University. Yes. I have taught some people from Allahabad University who have seen him, met him, who have attended his lectures. Wow. I have lots of students in Allahabad University. Next question. Identify the wrongly matched pair. The Country Without a Post Office. Is it by Agha Shahid Ali? Illiterate Heart. Is it by Meena Alexander? Of Gods and Olives. Is it by Ashish Nandi? But Ashish Nandi was a professor and he was a critic. Did he write poetry? All You Who Sleep Tonight. Is it by Vikram Seth? What is the answer, Ankita? You two babies.
I think option 3 is wrong. This option
Because
is wrong.
all the other 3 are surely correct. We know them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I know of Gods and Olives is a collection by Pritish Nandi, not Ashish Nandi. And if anybody is thinking, are they brothers? No, they are not brothers. Okay, so The Country Without a Post Office is by Agha Shahid Ali, Kashmiri American writer. Illiterate Heart is by Meena Alexander, Malayali American writer. All You Who Sleep Tonight is by Vikram Seth. Okay, next question. Which work among the following presents the disorganized, fractured life of modern man in an absurdist style? I think the author is given here. It cannot be Muktadhara or Post Office because they are by Tagore. Bayan is by Mahashweta Devi, who is the author of Evam Indrajit. Ankita?
It is Badal Sarkar.
Oh, Badal Sarkar, she is saying, because he is Bengali and she is pronouncing his name the Bengali way. Very good. I would say Badal Sarkar. Yes, dear friends, it is Evam Indrajit. We have Amal, Kamal, Vimal, Nirmal in this play. They are all like the same kind of lives they live. And Nirmal is Indrajit. He tries to do things differently, but he ends up being like everybody else. Isn't it? Yes. Kanyadan is a play by, is it Mahashweta Devi, Vijay Tendulkar, Habib Tanveer, or Asif Karimboy? Because it's about a woman, some of you might be tempted to say Mahashweta Devi. You two babies, what do you think? Kanyadan is a very famous play. By whom, Ankita?
It's Vijay Tendulkar.
Right, you spot on, Ankita. Can you tell me some other plays by Vijay Tendulkar?
Silence, the court is in session. The Vultures.
Silence, the court is in session. Shantata, court chalu hai. Then?
The Vultures.
The Vultures.
Then
who wrote the poem Vultures? Vulture.
Chinua Achebe.
Chinua Achebe. Vijay Tendulkar wrote Ghidade, Vultures. Yes. Then other
then
plays.
Sakharam Binder.
Sakharam Binder, book binder.
Ghashiram Kotwal.
Khashiram Kotwal. Very good. Very good. All right. So, next question. Rani, a young bride who is neglected by her indifferent and unfaithful husband, is a character in Dash. Is it Hayavadana, Tughlaq, Nagamandala, or Yayati? So, it's all by Girish Karnad. Rani, very famous character in, everybody knows, YouTube is going to burst with the answers. Yes, YouTubers, say the correct answer. Very good. It is indeed Nagamandala. Nagamandala by Girish Karnad. Ankita, your turn to tell us all the names of plays by Girish Karnad.
So yes, here we can see some of the names of his plays. The other plays are Tughlaq, The Dreams of Tipu Sultan, then Taladanda, Wedding Album,
You said a lot of them correctly. All right. Very good. Nagamandala is about Rani, who is neglected by her husband, but a cobra, a naga, is coming and taking care of her. Right? Hayavadana is about three people. Who are they? Kapila, Devdatta, and Padmini. Right. Yayati is about Yayati getting a curse that he will grow old by the night. And he has to give that curse to somebody else. So he gives it to his half-caste son, Puru. Right? Tughlaq is about that crazy king who wanted to introduce a copper coin and he wanted to change his capital. So it is a very political play. All these plays, dear friends, are mythical plays, mythical stories that allegorically represent contemporary life and society. Allegorically representing contemporary life and society. All right, next question. Hey, who is this? This story centers around the inquiry about the murder of a trans woman. Or hijra. Hijra is not a good word. We should say trans woman. Her name is Kamala by Uma. Uma is investigating the murder story. And who is Uma? She's a professor and she is the wife of a police superintendent. And she's discovering that Kamala had got married to Subbu, and Subbu's own father, who is a powerful politician, got Kamala killed. Which is this play? Is it 30 Days in September, 7 Circles Round the Fire, Bravely Fought the Queen, or Where There Is a Will? Can you tell me, Ankita?
I think it's 7 circles round the fire.
7 steps round the fire.
Fire.
It is 7 steps round the fire. Yes. Very good. Written by Mahesh Dattani. Which among the following is not a work in Mulk Anand's Lalu trilogy? The Village, The Barbers' Trade Union, Across the Black Waters, The Sword and the Sickle. Lalu trilogy is about Lal Singh, a Punjabi farmer who's growing up and fighting in the World War. The Village, the Barbers' Trade Union is by somebody else, isn't it, Ankita?
I think the Barbers' Trade Union is by Mulk Anand only, but it's not a part of the trilogy.
Ah, ऐसा है. Okay. Village, Across the Black Waters, and The Sword and the Sickle. Those are the 3 plays of the trilogy, eh?
I think these 3 are there. The Barbers' Trade Union is a different novel. It's not a part of the trilogy.
Okay. Well, can you name some other novels of Mulk Anand?
Untouchable, Coolie,
Yes.
2 Leaves and a Bird.
Untouchable.
Private Life of an Indian Prince.
Correct.
Hmm.
Very good. You're right. So the Barbers' Trade Union and Other Stories by Mulk Anand is not part of the trilogy. This is Barbers' Trade Union is about Chandu, a barber boy who is teaching the villagers a lesson by going and working in the town. You're right. Savitri, a submissive housewife, is a character in which work among the following? Is it The Painter of Signs, The Dark Room, The Dark Dancer, or The Guide? I think in this novel, she is the wife of Ramani, and Ramani is not taking care of her or making her happy. She's always in her room. Is that correct, Ankita?
Yeah, I think so. And she's treated very unfairly by her husband.
The Dark Room is correct, by AK Narayan. Ramani is working in Ingladia Company in that novel, in that short story kind of novel, small novel it is. Painter of Signs is about Daisy and Raman. Dark Dancer is by Balachandra Rajan, the partition novelist. Partition novel it is. It is not by R.K. Narayan. The guide, of course, is by R.K. Narayan. Right. All of you know that, don't you? Right. Very good. This novel presents a semi-autobiographical account of the marriage between two intellectuals, Ramaswamy and Madeleine, and how their marriage is destroyed by philosophical and cultural discord. Whose novel is this? Which novel is this? I think the picture is Raja Rao. Kantapura is not about all this. It is about Murthy and Gandhian movement, isn't it? So, dear friends in YouTube, you are telling us the correct answer. It is The Serpent and the Rope. Ankita, do you know the author, the protagonist of The Serpent and the Rope?
It's
given here, Ramaswamy. Yes.
Ramaswamy. Yeah.
Ramaswamy, who is the protagonist in the Karen Shakespeare.
Sorry, I'm stuttering a bit. Som Bhaskar.
No. Cat and Shakespeare is Ramakrishna Pai and Govindan Nair.
Oh, I think Som Bhaskar in some other novel.
Arun Joshi's, I think. Yes. Cat and Shakespeare is Ramakrishna Pai and Govindan Nair. Very good. Very good. So look at the cover page of Serpent and the Rope. Ramaswamy is a holy vagabond there. Guys, match the following. He Who Rides a Tiger. Who wrote it? The Silver Pilgrimage. All About H. Hatter. I know. All About H. Hatter is G.V. Desani. Sunlight on a Broken Column is a partition novel by whom, Ankita?
It is by Atiya Hussain.
Yes. Sunlight on a Broken Column is Atiya Hussain. Title taken from T.S. Eliot. He Who Rides the Tiger is Bhabani Bhattacharya. You two babies, did you get it right? Okay, so here comes the answer. He Who Rides a Tiger is Bhabani Bhattacharya. The Silver Pilgrimage is M. Anant Narayan. Ankita, do you know M. Anant Narayan is the son of A. Madhavaya. A. Madhavaya wrote Tillai Govindan. I have put pictures of partition here. You know, people suffering, moving from one place to the other. Right. A. Who is this? Which novel among the following starts with civil disobedience movement of Mahatma Gandhi and deals with the theme of the partition and traumas after it? I think the picture is of Manohar Malgonkar because all the books are his. Is it Distant Drum, A Bend in the Ganges, The Devil's Wind, or The Princess? Which of these is about partition? Ankita, I think we can know from the title itself, the Ganges is flowing like this and ting, changing.
Yeah.
Ganges, ting. So,
A Bend in the Ganges. I think it's the answer. Yeah.
it is about partition. Manohar Malgonkar. Hey, did you know he was from the royal family? And he was in the army also. Set a decade after independence, this novel depicts the frustrations of the adolescent psyche of Ravi Shankar in his search for identity. Identify the work. Nectar in a Sieve. That cannot be because it's about Rukmini and Nathan. I know that. Two virgins cannot be about Hari Shankar. Is it Possession or A Handful of Rice? Ankita, two choices you have.
I think it can be A Handful of Rice, where the protagonist is very hungry.
You know, he begins by barging into somebody's house and saying, I'm hungry. This Ankita is very modest. Even though she knows clearly, she'll say, I think. Some of these you're thinking, I know. Some of these you know, don't you? So who is the author given here?
Kamala Markandaya?
Kamala Markandaya or Kamala Purnaya Taylor. Very good. A Handful of Rice indeed. Prison and Chocolate Cake. Ankita, can you bear this, Ankita, on the screen? Prison and Chocolate Cake is a memoir by, is it Sarojini Naidu, Nayantara Sahgal, Anita Desai, Arundhati Roy? I'll give you a clue, YouTubers. They know already. They are saying the answer. The clue is that This lady was born in a very big family where she ate a lot of chocolate cake, I'm sure. She was the daughter of Vijay Lakshmi Pandit and the niece of Jawaharlal Nehru. Nayantara Sehgal. Her name, it should be spelled with Sahgal. Sahgal. Wow, what a pretty woman she was. Nayantara Sehgal wrote a memoir, Prison and Chocolate Cake. Which of her novels won Sahitya Academy Award, Ankita?
Rich Like Us?
Rich Like Us is very correct. Very good. His novel Azadi won the Sahitya Academy Award in 1977. Who is he? Is it K.A. Abbas or Chaman Nahal or Ruth Pravar Jhabwal? Oh, his, the question says. So it cannot be Ruth Pravar Jhabwala. Bolo, kaun hai? You two babies? Ankita, they are saying the correct answer. Do you know the correct answer?
I think it's Chaman Nahal.
Ankita is still thinking. So Chaman Nahal.
Chaman Nahal.
And Ankita, do you know which are the other novels in Azadi trilogy?
So Azadi, The Crown and the Loincloth, The Salt of Life, The Triumph and the Tricolor.
Azadi, The Crown and the Loincloth,
The Salt of Life,
The Salt of Life,
The Triumph of the
Tricolor. The Triumph of the Tricolor. Very good. Which is the famous work by Ruth Pravar Jhabwala?
Heat and Dust.
Heat and Dust is correct. Okay, Chaman Nahal ji, good evening. Jaya, a failed writer who is haunted by memories of the past, is the heroine in Dash. So now guys, what you see here, the picture is not Jaya, it is the author. And she is Shashi Deshpande. Is it the dark holds no terrors, roots and shadows, that long silence, or small remedies? Ankita, Jaya.
That long silence.
And it is the Sahitya Academy Award winning novel. She is reaching her ancestral home, isn't it? Jaya, very good. Oh, Anita Desai. Which character among the following is a creation of Anita Desai? Is it Maya, Nanda Kaul, Devan, or all of the above? Devan is a man. Did Anita Desai write about men? Of course she did. In Custody is the book where you have Devan and Noor. I think it is all of the above. What do you think, Ankita?
All of the above. Yeah.
Anita Desai is here. Maya is in which novel? YouTubers, YouTube babies. It is in her first novel. Which is that, Ankita?
Cry the Peacock.
Cry the Peacock.
Cry the Peacock.
Right. Nanda Kaul is in Fire and the Mountain. Okay, The Last Labyrinth by Dash won the Sahitya Academy Award in 1982. Is it Arun Kolatkar, Arun Joshi, Arun Tejpal, Arun Goswami? Sorry, Indira Goswami. The Last Labyrinth. Who won Sahitya Academy Award for this novel? I know. This is the man who wrote The Strange Case of Billy Biswas. He also wrote The Foreigner, The Apprentice. What do you think, Ankita? Am I right?
Yes, yes.
It is Arun Joshi. Ta-da-dang! Smoke and Ashes, a writer's journey through opium's hidden histories, is a work by, you can guess it right, it is about opium. He wrote 3 novels on opium wars. So who is the author? Opium Wars. It is, Ankita knows. It is a writer from Ankita's place.
Amitav Ghosh.
Correct. Smoke and Ashes. Great. Choose the wrong pair. M and the Big Whom, is it by Jerry Pinto? Ladies Coupe, is it by Anita Nair? Yes, we know that very well. Odysseus Abroad, is it by Amit Chaudhary? Listening to Grasshoppers, is it by Upamanyu Chatterjee? Ankita, Listening to Grasshoppers is on democracy. It's a political play. It could be Amita Upamanyu Chatterjee, but it's not. Tell us who is the author.
It's Arundhati Roy.
Arundhati Roy. She's here. Wow. Listening to Grasshoppers. Field Notes on Democracy. Who is this? Which Indian feminist among the following wrote Feminism Without Borders? It is an Indian feminist theorist. Gayatri Spivak, no, we know she doesn't look like this. Is it Ruth Vanita, Chandra Talpade Mohanty, Yato Vandana Shiva? Vandana Shiva also we know. This is not Vandana Shiva. Is it Ruth Vanita or Chandra Talpade Mohanty? Ankita knows. You don't have to think. Tell us.
It's Chandra Talpade Mohanty.
Yes. Feminism Without Borders. Decolonizing theory. Practicing solidarity. Very good. Natya Shastra. Wow. Suddenly we are jumping into Natya Shastra. The most ancient text available in Sanskrit Poetics. Written by Bharata is believed to have... is believed to have lived in the 1st century BC. Is it true or false, guys? Kapila Vatsyayan has written about it. Kapila Vatsyayan herself is important. Kapila Vatsyayan is a woman, right? Look it up. I'm not sure. I have not seen her. Is it true or false, Natya Shastra? It is true, true, true. Of course it is true. Coming out as Dalit, I know this girl. A memoir which narrates the history of oppression of caste. Do you know who is it by? Is it Meena Kandasamy, Yashika Dutt, A. Revati, or none of the above? Ankita.
It's Yashika Dutt.
Correct. You two babies, I hope you remember this. Coming out as Dalit, a memoir by Yashika Dutt. Identify the wrong pair. Again, Dalit writers we have. Waiting for a Visa. Is it by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar? He is here. I think yes. Jutan. Is it by Om Prakash Valmiki? Akkarmashi Sharan Kumar Limbale is famous. Yes. The Kaleidoscopic Story of My Life. Is it by Urmila Pawar? First three are actually very famous. You should know the last also. The last Kaleidoscopic Story is by Shanta Bai Kamble. Shanta Bai Kamble. Will you remember? Yes. Awesome. That is the end of today's session. I hope you liked it. Did you like it, everyone? You can like the video. You can tell us in the chat box. We are right here reading what you're saying. So thank you very much. The poll in Telegram group has begun every day at 9:30. There is a poll. You can take part in it. You will have amazing quizzes there also. Okay, thank you. Leaving you to do the poll. Bye. Ankita.